My name is Pasan Vijay Surya, student number 303-94744. And today I'll be doing the project reflection, individual reflection of our final project called Throw It Away mobile application, which has cross-platform mobile application for iOS and Android both platforms. So first off, I'll start with a little bit of description of how we allocated and how we divided the task and how it all started. So we have been given this requirement for medicine, so not only medicine, like food expiry, expiration management, and reminder system, and which has a very unique feature called group, like group management collaborative expiry reminder feature. So depending on these requirements and the fact that we had released in both platforms, we have actually started initialization of the project. We analyzed our skill set first. So I was the one who's very familiar with mobile development, because I have been a mobile application developer professionally for 7 years. And depending on that, so all our team members agreed that I'll be the tech lead on this project, and Ahmed will be the Scrum Master, as he's good with management skills, and Ashraf Walid will be our testing and documentation, and UI designing part as well. So, as the project lead, technical lead, I started a structure for the whole 3 sprints. Our one sprint had to be divided into 2 segments, which is like one sprint is considered as a 2 week gap. So in every fortnight we carried out our sprint meetings and everything, but uh, apart from everything else, at the initial stage I have come up with a structure to start developing in order, because this is a mobile application. So I'll start off with sprint one. So here I will show you, like we have used ClickUp as our project management platform. The main reason for this is ClickUp is a very new platform which allows you to collaboratively work in an agile Scrum environment. So especially Scrum platform, because we didn't go with Kanban, because it's bit complex if we turned it into a Kanban project. So that's why we went with Scrum. So for now, I will show this is how we divided all the tasks in the sprint one. So as you can see, I have divided all the tasks depending on the skill sets, and also depending on the workload allocations, because not only development, we have to go through with other assignment materials, and also documentation part as well. So considering that, I have allocated myself big chunk of development actually. So this is where we have been working on a collaborative and individual parts. So in sprint one, I have contributed towards account settings page, and for your convenience, I have got all the code parts onto a screen, so I can show it easily. Otherwise, it will take a lot of time to go through the code in the VS Code environment. So for the tools we have been using, we used Node server as the server, and also Firestore database as the database, and VS Code for as the IDE platform, and all the development language is Flutter itself is Dart. So we have been doing Dart. So this is in sprint one. I have been doing, like, this is my parts, and I have collaborated with Ahmed for 2 parts, and I had to do some coaching sessions for him, as he's not very familiar with this new technology. But uh, what was amazing was like they were very quick to understand and adapt to the new development platform on that. So I did log in with Facebook, Google, and settings page and home page and account settings. These are the big parts that I had to worry about in the sprint one. So this is the auto login part which I have done. And then these login with Google, and here you can see I am passing a Google token here, where we created our own throw it away email authentication system. So we that part I'll elaborate it a bit more when I have to connect Google authentication system. You have to have a Google developer ID, and then you create your Google token for authentication. So since we are working with Firebase itself, which is a Google service already, we already like by default we get a Google token with Firestore. So we don't have to do much in this scenario. If it wasn't Firebase, we had to create our Google developer platform separately. So this is where I'm calling the token and getting the permission, setting the permissions and all the stuff. And same with Facebook. Since I'm using Firestore, there's a ready-made plugin to use to connect Facebook authentication system. So other than that, I've been developing homepage, which is at this stage, this homepage was, as you can see, it's just a initialization of homepage where we don't have any functionality going on, just the UI. And then the settings page where some of the settings are available. As you can see, I'm setting up all the icons and toggle buttons as necessary for the UI. And that's the last part I did on sprint one was account settings, and there are also few segments I need to code and hard code itself as well, because we have a function called dark theme and light theme where we have to define a global variable, a constant variable where you can change color anytime. So that's where everything's written down in sprint one. Now let's move on to the sprint two. For your convenience, I'm only enabling me. As you can see, I just only selected me, which means the only parts I have done alone. So on sprint two, you can see I have done edit product, delete product, product categories, adding product by scanning the barcode. So um, so I would like to highlight that the adding product by scanning the barcode was a challenge that I have took on, because it wasn't initially a big requirement on the requirement, but yet again I wanted to do that because it was a bit of a challenge. And also like as a mobile developer, I love a challenge. And also this barcode reading API is very new, where it's called Google Glass. So I wanted to try that out. So I saw this opportunity to try out on our brand new Flutter application, where it will benefit for our client as well, because we are using the cutting edge technology that the API just released itself like a week ago, before I integrated this one. So that was a very interesting part, and that was a bit of a challenge because we didn't have much official documentation released for that. But finally I figured out how to use it, and now it's there. So that's very good. So on sprint 2, I will quickly show you how the sprint 2 went. So edit product, as you can see, I have got the codes here, edit products. And by now we had the database going on, database Firestore going on. That's why we started development on data handling parts, where you add products, edit products, delete products, everything. So because you have the connectivity. So in sprint 1 we only focused on UI and the basic structure. Now in sprint 2 we have started connecting database parts. So edit product, and then delete, dispose, everything related to data queries has been done in sprint 2. And also details by scanning barcode. This is where, as you can see here, I'm using the material library, and which is very new. And then we have to call a separate whole class just to get the barcode. And what happens really is that the beauty of Google Glass is that when you pass the string value of the barcode, if the Google will search it, the whole database allocated with their APIs, and it will search any related products on that string. So that's how it works. So basically 80% of the products in the world have a barcode, and 60% out of these barcodes is on Google already. So which means we are covering a huge amount of, like, data. So that was a huge challenge and very interesting, and I loved the experience and the challenge. But and I'm very proud of myself that I have like um I was able to put this new functionality into our client's app as well. And this is the sprint 2, and let's move on to the sprint 3. And so in sprint 3, this is where we finalized all the things that we needed, because like for sprint 3 was our last sprint. And which means we were set to release the product, like not actual release. I mean, the final stage of the project has been met with this sprint 3. So as you can see, I did the add member in group, create group settings. Not to mention, this group settings is also a very concerning part and a big challenge, which I took on. Not only me, because all of us has been working on this on the research part, but basically the group settings, we were able to do that. You just have to scan the QR code and you can see everything. So that's a really good experience that I had with this application. And also one of the main features I liked is that this dark and light mode, which is not too bad. It's not that hard, it's already there. But as a commercial mobile application, I think that's a good idea to have that. And also I enjoyed developing that part as well, because I love working with singleton environments. So and then not only development on this sprint, we all had to do our parts in project write-up. So on the project write-up itself, there are divided parts which, like, we each of us contributed. And so project write-up, and demonstration, presentation, and also this is where I spent a lot of time, not only developing and also designing the presentations. As you can see, the presentation we did, I have put a lot of effort creating on that presentation, and also the designing parts of that presentation. And also the video, so the promotional video, we took really big time on that. And so apart from this project write-up and the promotional materials, things like that, the development wise, I did these parts, and I can show you the sprint 3 development part. So create group, you can see I'm calling in, sorry, this is where the things are initiated and calling the box. And then group settings, it is which is like, you can actually I have actually added a very basic group settings page. But if we are going to the future, I have left room to add many more settings in there, where you can have admin privileges and a super admin, parental control, things like that. And add member group, this is also related to database and things like that. So as you can see, I have gone through these individual things before as well, so I'm not going to spend too much on this one. So this is how all the things went on these sprints. And finally we were able to do our demonstration without any problems, and our application is running very smoothly, and our memory leak is 0. Like, we are only keeping up like 2 megabytes, which is highly recommended and very good. So we are very happy on the application at this stage. And now I'll quickly talk about what I have loved during this final project. So the most amazing part for me is the challenge that we took on to experiment with new technologies like Google Glass barcode reading, and also the QR code mapping, which was very new, because even though you have WhatsApp developed that same thing, doesn't mean we have the things, like we have the secret to that code. So we had to come up with the same logic. So that was a very challenging part, and as a developer, as a mobile developer, I love a challenge, and I love that experience to work with innovative things. And other than that, I love the teamwork, where like I had to work with guys who doesn't like have a huge knowledge of mobile development, but I was amazed by the fact that they took on this challenge, and like they worked with me very quickly, and they learned very quickly, and everyone was working together, and everybody kept communication very smoothly, and nobody was frustrated or stressed out at any point. Everybody was so friendly, and as you can see the demonstration, like none other than like we have a very good communication level. And also the teamwork, I love the teamwork, and because of the other guys were strictly following their tasks, and I was following my tasks, everything was smooth and on time. So that was a huge advantage. And also finally, I would like to um, point out few things which I reckon that the university. So uh, for example, my idea of improving the course would be like, uh, for the whole course, that I had a really great experience on with Federation University, and that like um, throughout my whole studies, I had huge support from the university. So I really admire that. There's nothing else to improve on that matter. However, the education part, like especially the final project, I love the experience. And if like I would suggest that that the team working and everything, like if you like if as the university, if you can arrange few hackathon events, and like interaction events where the class has to come together in groups and have competitions like that, and have awards or things like that. And also a very important thing where like if you as the university, if you can guide us to our new job opportunities out there as we are graduating, that would be really 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 nice. So these are the things I would suggest for the university, and to improve the course. Other than that, like I had the most amazing experience with Federation University. I'm not lying, it's honest. Because Federation Union has helped me a lot during the hard times and good times. What doesn't matter, or they are always. So that's my reflection on the whole last project, and hopefully uh, see you next time. Thank you.